Hello. In today's video, we're tackling one of the most challenging types of people we encounter in our daily lives: toxic people. Who are these toxic individuals? Why do we feel drained after interacting with some people? And how would Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, deal with such individuals? We will answer all these questions and more in this video. Inspired by the thoughts of Marcus Aurelius, our video titled 11 Smart Ways to Deal with Toxic People Stoicism of Marcus Aurelius will not only identify the problems but also offer practical solutions derived from Stoic philosophy. Each method will detail how you should position yourself against toxic people you encounter in your life, helping to protect your personal boundaries and strengthen your emotional health. If you want to learn how to handle the toxic people in your life and discover how you can benefit from the Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius, continue watching our video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content. Now, are you ready to explore the wise ways of Stoicism in dealing with toxic people? Let's get started. Toxic people are individuals we often encounter in our daily lives, and sometimes we interact with them without even realizing it. These people are typically manipulative, critical, and emit a generally negative energy, threatening the emotional and mental well-being of those around them. Spending time with toxic individuals can leave one feeling stressed, anxious, and uneasy, which can diminish personal happiness and overall quality of life. In Stoic philosophy, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius acknowledge the existence of toxic people and seek ways to cope with them. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that people are not inherently good, but can improve through education and personal development. However, when interacting with toxic individuals, he advocated for the protection of personal boundaries and maintaining one's inner peace. This aligns with one of the fundamental principles of Stoicism, focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. To effectively deal with toxic people, it is essential first to recognize and understand them. Comprehending the underlying reasons and triggers for their behaviors can facilitate healthier interactions. This process requires empathy and patience. However, it is also crucial to maintain and enforce personal boundaries when they are crossed. Now, using this general information as a foundation, let's transition to exploring the 11 smart ways to handle toxic people as guided by the Stoic teachings of Marcus Aurelius. These methods will offer strategies not only to shield ourselves from toxic interactions, but also to transform these challenges into opportunities for personal growth. Method 1. Develop awareness. Effectively dealing with toxic people starts with enhancing our awareness. This includes observing our own internal reactions and recognizing the behaviors of toxic individuals. Marcus Aurelius' teachings emphasize the importance of deeply understanding ourselves and those around us. When you encounter a toxic person, being aware allows you to respond consciously instead of reacting automatically to their words or actions. Awareness also helps you understand how these individuals affect your emotional state. Practices such as daily meditation or self-observation can be beneficial in this process. Learning to control your reactions is the first step in reducing the impact of toxic people in your life. This awareness also contributes to the development of your emotional intelligence skills. Emotional intelligence begins with personal and social awareness, which can protect us from the negative influences of toxic people. Recognizing our emotional triggers and understanding how we respond to them helps us learn how to stand firm in toxic situations. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to question ourselves daily and to reflect at the end of the day on our experiences to learn lessons. This continuous inner dialogue ensures that we are more conscious and prepared against toxic people. Method 2. Set boundaries. The second way to deal with toxic people is by establishing clear and firm personal boundaries. Marcus Aurelius highlights the importance of defending our personal freedoms and protecting ourselves. Setting your boundaries controls how much energy you devote to toxic individuals and their place in your life. These boundaries can take various forms, such as physical distance, time limitations, or emotional accessibility. For instance, you might limit your interactions with a toxic family member to once a week or only discuss work-related matters with a toxic colleague. Clearly expressing your boundaries and adhering to them helps you maintain healthy relationships with toxic people. This allows you to remain kind and respectful towards them while also prioritizing your own emotional needs. Marcus Aurelius' teachings underscore the significance of self-discipline and self-regulation. In this context, maintaining your boundaries is part of the practice of self-control, a central element of Stoic philosophy. By setting and sticking to our boundaries, we can minimize the negative impact of toxic people on our lives. These boundaries also make our interactions with toxic individuals more predictable and manageable. Method 3. Be clear in communication. Another effective way to deal with toxic people is to be clear and explicit in your communication. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of expressing words and intentions clearly. When communicating with toxic individuals, it's helpful to choose your words carefully and use a clear language to prevent misunderstandings. This involves not only what you say, but also how you say it. By controlling your tone of voice and body language, you can ensure that your message is understood correctly. This approach also helps you maintain boundaries in your relationships with toxic individuals. Clear communication lets the other person know what to expect and what you will not tolerate. For instance, if the behavior of a toxic person bothers you, expressing this calmly but firmly can prevent similar situations in the future. Marcus Aurelius' Stoic teachings not only preserve our inner peace, but also empower us to shift our interactions with toxic people in a more positive direction. Method 4. Develop emotional immunity. The fourth way to effectively cope with toxic people is to develop emotional immunity. Marcus Aurelius stressed the importance of mental resilience in the face of challenges and stress. Emotional immunity provides protection against the negative impacts of toxic individuals and allows you to maintain your personal peace. This immunity requires you to regularly detoxify yourself from toxic influences and maintain your emotional balance. To build emotional immunity, you must first recognize and manage your own emotional responses. During this process, you can benefit from tools such as meditation, mindfulness practices, or emotional intelligence techniques. Additionally, taking time for yourself after interactions with toxic individuals can minimize their impact on you. Investing in your own emotional health ensures that these interactions affect you less. Marcus Aurelius taught that continuous self-improvement makes us more resistant to adversities. By following this path, we can reduce the influence of toxic people in our lives and sustain a more stable and peaceful existence. Method 5. Approach with empathy. The fifth way to deal with toxic people is through empathy. Empathy involves trying to understand the feelings, thoughts, and motivations of others. Marcus Aurelius taught that everyone is fighting their own battle, and that often the reasons behind people's behaviors are complex. Empathizing with a toxic person can help us better understand why they act in certain ways. This approach can make us more patient and understanding, which can make our interactions less stressful. When empathizing, it's important not to take their issues personally. Empathy does not legitimize toxic behavior, but understanding the source of these behaviors can enable us to cope with them more effectively. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that every human has a rich inner life that might not be apparent from the outside. With this awareness, we can manage our reactions to toxic people in a more controlled and mindful way. Method 6. Accept and distance yourself. The sixth way to handle toxic people is to acknowledge their presence and distance yourself when necessary. Marcus Aurelius taught that we cannot control everything in our lives, but we can control our own responses. Sometimes, the best way to minimize the impact of a toxic person in our life is to limit or completely cut off our interactions with them. This is particularly relevant if our personal boundaries are consistently violated and our emotional health is at risk. This method involves the practice of acceptance and maintaining inner peace. If every interaction with a toxic person becomes a source of stress, it might be beneficial to physically and emotionally distance ourselves from them. Marcus Aurelius stated that the external world cannot disturb us. Only our own thoughts can. With this philosophy, we can evaluate toxic people and their behaviors with a more objective perspective and take the necessary steps to preserve our personal well-being. Method 7. Strengthen your support system. The seventh way to deal with toxic people is to have a strong support system. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the positive effects of support and solidarity within a community. A network of friends, family, or colleagues can act as a buffer against the negativity created by toxic individuals. These people can uplift you during tough times, offer objective advice, and help you assess toxic situations from a healthier perspective. When strengthening your support system, make sure to surround yourself with empathetic, understanding, and positive individuals. Spending regular time with these people can help alleviate the stress caused by interactions with toxic individuals. Marcus Aurelius' teachings indicate that personal growth and peace often develop within healthy community bonds. Strong social connections can lessen the impact of toxic people on you and enhance your overall quality of life. Method 8. Develop self-sufficiency. The eighth way to cope with toxic people is by developing self-sufficiency. Marcus Aurelius highlighted that personal independence and inner strength are crucial in minimizing our susceptibility to external influences. Being self-sufficient means being free from the behaviors or thoughts of others. This is particularly vital when dealing with toxic individuals. To gain self-sufficiency, it is essential first to recognize your own needs and take steps to meet them. This applies to material needs as well as emotional and mental needs. The ability to manage your own emotions, make your own decisions, and be self-reliant helps you stay away from the chaos created by toxic people. Marcus Aurelius teaches that every individual has the responsibility to maintain their inner peace. This inner peace and independence make you more resilient against toxic interactions. Method 9. Recognize true friends. The ninth way to deal with toxic people is to identify and strengthen relationships with your true friends. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that genuine friendships serve as a shield against life's hardships and foster positive personal growth. Unlike toxic people, true friends support and uplift us. Spending time with them helps us cleanse ourselves of the negative emotions generated by toxic interactions. To recognize true friends, pay attention to their behavior and how they interact with you. True friends are those who stand by you during tough times, accept you as you are, and contribute to your personal growth. By nurturing and maintaining these kinds of relationships, you can develop resilience against toxic individuals and enhance your overall quality of life. Method 10. Do not hold on to anger and resentment. The 10th way to cope with toxic people is to avoid holding on to anger and resentment. Marcus Aurelius taught that anger and resentment wear us down and disrupt our inner peace. The anger you feel towards a toxic person ties you to them and hinders your personal growth. Releasing these emotions is crucial for your mental and emotional health. Letting go of anger and resentment involves practicing self-forgiveness and looking forward. This can be supported by tools such as meditation, mindfulness practices, and emotional therapy techniques. Understanding the root causes of your anger and expressing these feelings in a healthy way can help you lead a happier and more balanced life in the long run. Method 11. Reflect on each day. The 11th and final way to deal with toxic people is to reflect on the events of each day and learn from them. Marcus Aurelius advised that we should question ourselves at the end of each day and draw lessons from the day's occurrences. This practice allows us to think about the toxic situations and individuals we encountered throughout the day and focus on what these experiences taught us. The practice of daily reflection helps us better understand ourselves and learn how to more effectively protect our personal boundaries. By observing how we respond to events as they unfold, we can improve our ability to cope with similar situations in the future. Reflecting at the end of each day guides us towards a more conscious and purposeful life and makes us more resilient in our interactions with toxic people. In this video, we've explored 11 smart ways to deal with toxic people, guided by the Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius. I hope these methods enable you to respond more healthfully and consciously when you encounter toxic individuals. Remember, every challenging situation is also an opportunity for learning, and you can use these opportunities to contribute to your personal growth. Effectively dealing with toxic people enhances our ability to protect ourselves and maintain our inner peace. The strategies discussed in this video can help reduce the toxic influences in your life and improve your overall quality of life. If you found the suggestions in this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content and click the notification bell. It's not easy to handle the toxic people we all encounter, but with the right tools and approaches, we can overcome these challenges. If you have experiences or additional tips to share on this topic, please share them in the comments below. See you in the next video. Stay healthy and peaceful.